Did you know that over 75% of vehicle breakdowns stem from neglected maintenance, not mechanical failure? While many drivers believe that cars simply wear out after 150,000 miles, that's no longer true with today's advanced automotive technology. The reality is, with the right habits and consistent upkeep, your vehicle can easily exceed 300,000 miles without needing major repairs. In this video, we're going to break down the critical habits that keep your car running smoothly for decades. We'll also debunk one particularly dangerous myth that has led to the premature failure of countless turbo engines. Whether you're a new driver or an experienced car owner, these tips can save you thousands. Stick around until the end for a bonus habit that even seasoned drivers often overlook. Let's dive in, starting with the most ignored but damaging habit most car owners never think about. Habit number 13. Wash the undercarriage every season. Out of sight shouldn't mean out of mind, especially when it comes to your car's undercarriage. Road salt, mud, and grime accumulate quickly, especially during the winter months, and they can quietly erode your vehicle from the bottom up. Salt in particular is corrosive and speeds up rust, which eats away at brake lines, exhaust pipes, suspension components, and even the vehicle's structural frame. Experts recommend washing your car's underbody at least once per season. If you live in a snowy area where roads are heavily salted, increase that to once a month during winter. Coastal areas with salty air can also accelerate corrosion, so don't skip undercarriage washes even in warmer climates. Neglecting this area can lead to rust issues that compromise the safety and lifespan of your car within just a few years. A quality undercarriage wash is quick, affordable, and available at most car washes. Investing in this habit may not be flashy, but it's a small step that protects your vehicle's long-term integrity. Don't let corrosion quietly destroy your car from the bottom up. Habit number 12. Never cold rev the engine. There's a lot of confusion around warming up your car, but let's clear something up. Cold revving your engine is one of the fastest ways to destroy it. When an engine is cold, oil is thick and settled at the bottom. It hasn't yet circulated to coat vital components like pistons, camshafts, and bearings. Revving during this time creates friction between metal parts that aren't fully lubricated, which dramatically accelerates wear. Instead, let your car idle for 30 seconds to a minute after starting. This brief pause allows oil to circulate properly. Once that's done, drive gently and avoid high RPMs until the engine reaches its optimal operating temperature. If your car has a blue coolant light, common in brands like Subaru, wait until it goes off before pushing the engine hard. Cold revving is particularly harmful to turbocharged engines. These engines rely heavily on oil flow, and poor habits are the reason 90% of turbocharger failures occur. Be patient during warm-up. Your engine will thank you with a longer life. Habit number 11. Get tire alignment every 15,000 miles. Wheel alignment isn't just about driving straight, it's about protecting your tires, suspension, and fuel economy. Misaligned wheels wear tires unevenly, shortening their lifespan by up to 30%. For example, if the front of your tires point inward, toe in, the outer edge will wear rapidly. Toe-out misalignment destroys the inner edge instead. Poor alignment can also reduce fuel efficiency by up to 10%. How do you know when it's time? If your vehicle pulls to one side while driving straight, or if your steering wheel isn't centered, you likely need an alignment. Uneven tire wear patterns are another dead giveaway. Even if you don't feel anything unusual, you should have an alignment check every 15,000 miles or once a year. An alignment job usually costs around $75 to $100, a small price to pay for safety and long-term savings. It's not something you can do at home, but it's well worth the quick stop at a trusted mechanic. Habit number 10. Replace the PCV valve every 30,000 to 50,000 miles. The positive crankcase ventilation, PCV valve, plays a small but critical role in your engine's health. It vents harmful gases from the crankcase, preventing pressure buildup that can damage seals and gaskets. Over time, the valve can clog or stick, causing increased oil consumption, rough idle, and even engine leaks. Most car makers recommend replacing the PCV valve every 30,000 to 50,000 miles. If the valve sticks open, your engine may burn oil rapidly, up to a quart every 1,000 miles in older engines. If it's stuck closed, excessive pressure may blow out seals, resulting in oil leaks and expensive repairs. The good news? A replacement valve typically costs only $10 to $20. Changing it is straightforward. Locate the valve, usually near the valve cover, twist it out, and replace it with a new one. Also, check the connected hose for cracks. This small maintenance item can prevent major headaches later and helps keep your engine running clean and smooth. Habit number 9, clean and check the mass airflow. MAF sensor. Your car's mass airflow MAF sensor is a small component with a huge impact. Located along the intake duct just after the air filter, this sensor measures the volume of air entering the engine. That data helps the ECU calculate the correct air-fuel mixture for optimal combustion. When the sensor gets dirty or coated with debris, it throws off this balance, leading to poor performance and reduced fuel economy. Symptoms of a faulty or dirty MAF sensor include rough idling, stalling, hesitation during acceleration, hard starting, and check engine lights. A dirty sensor may still work, but it feeds inaccurate readings to the engine's computer, causing the vehicle to run rich or lean. Fortunately, many MAF sensors can be cleaned instead of replaced, which can save you hundreds in parts and labor. To clean it properly, disconnect the sensor and use only a dedicated MAF sensor cleaner. Never use brake cleaner, WD-40 or carburetor spray, as those can permanently damage the delicate components. Allow the sensor to air dry completely before reinstalling. For confirmation, use an OBD2 scanner to measure the airflow before and after cleaning. A significant increase in grams per second indicates your effort paid off. This is a cheap but powerful habit that restores power and fuel economy. Habit number 8. Service the differential and transfer case. The differential and transfer case are unsung heroes in your drivetrain. These systems help distribute engine power to the wheels, especially in rear-wheel, all-wheel, and four-wheel drive vehicles. Inside these metal housings is heavy-duty gear oil that, over time, breaks down due to heat and contamination. If neglected, it can cause gear wear, grinding noises, and eventually expensive failures. Differential fluid should generally be changed every 30,000 to 50,000 miles. If you tow frequently or drive in extreme conditions, consider shorter intervals. Transfer case fluid, particularly in AWD vehicles, should also be refreshed on a similar schedule. Unlike motor oil, these fluids don't have filters and can hold harmful metal shavings that slowly wear down your gears from the inside out. Open the fill plug next to ensure smooth drainage. Once emptied, replace the drain plug and refill, using a pump until fluid seeps from the fill hole. Proper service of these components can prevent costly repairs and maintain smooth handling. Habit number 7. Flush brake fluid. Every 2 to 3 years, brake fluid isn't just important, it's life-saving. It transfers force from your brake pedal to the brake pads, enabling you to stop your vehicle safely. But many people don't realize that brake fluid is hygroscopic, meaning it absorbs moisture from the air. Over 2 to 3 years, this moisture can lower the fluid's boiling point, which drastically reduces braking performance, especially during repeated or emergency stops. Fresh DOT3 or DOT4 brake fluid has a boiling point of over 400 degrees Fahrenheit, but once it absorbs even 3% moisture, that can drop to as low as 284 degrees Fahrenheit. In stop-and-go traffic, high heat can cause the fluid to boil, creating air bubbles in the lines. When that happens, your brake pedal can feel soft or spongy, and in worst cases, your brakes may stop working altogether. You don't need to guess whether your fluid is still good. For about $20, you can buy a brake fluid tester that instantly tells you the moisture content. Simply remove the reservoir cap, dip the tester, and press the button for a digital readout. Habit number 6. Replace the fuel filter at the right interval. Over time, contaminants like rust, dirt, and debris accumulate in your fuel tank. The fuel filter's job is to catch these before they reach your injectors. When the filter clogs, your fuel pump has to work harder, and eventually it can burn out. This turns a simple $40 filter replacement into a $500 to $1,000 fuel pump repair. For most vehicles, the fuel filter should be replaced every 30,000 to 60,000 miles. Older cars with external fuel filters usually require more frequent changes. Modern vehicles often have in-tank filters that can last longer, up to 100,000 miles, but they're harder and more expensive to replace. Either way, don't wait until your engine starts sputtering or stalling to take action. If you're changing the filter yourself, always relieve the fuel pressure first by removing the fuel pump fuse and running the engine until it dies. Habit number 5. Keep spark plugs in top condition. Worn-out spark plugs are silent killers of performance. They create weak or inconsistent sparks that result in incomplete combustion, leading to wasted fuel, rough idling, sluggish acceleration, and higher emissions. In extreme cases, they can cause misfires, where fuel fails to ignite in one or more cylinders, damaging your catalytic converter or engine over time. Most spark plugs should be replaced every 60,000 to 100,000 miles, depending on the type. Habit number 4. Replace the timing belt before it breaks. The timing belt may be hidden, but its failure is catastrophic. It synchronizes the movement of your engine's valves and pistons. If it breaks while the engine is running, especially in interference engines, valves can collide with pistons, destroying the top end of your engine. That's a $2,000 to $5,000 repair or a complete engine replacement. Most timing belts should be replaced every 60,000 to 100,000 miles or every 7 to 10 years, whichever comes first. Even if you don't drive much, heat and age will eventually degrade the belt's rubber. Don't wait for warning signs, they rarely give any. A ticking noise or oil leak near the belt cover might appear, but in most cases, belts snap suddenly with no alert. When replacing the timing belt, it's smart to also change the water pump and belt tensioners, since they often share labor costs. Habit number 3. Flush the coolant every 5 years or 50,000 miles. Coolant is not a lifetime fluid, no matter what the bottle says. Over time, it breaks down and becomes acidic, which can corrode your engine from the inside. When this happens, everything downstream is at risk. Water pumps fail, heater cores clog, and head gaskets leak. Waiting until 100,000 miles or more is a gamble that can cost thousands. You might start seeing white exhaust smoke, misfires, or unexplained coolant loss. These are red flags of internal damage. Electric water pumps, which are common in hybrids, are especially vulnerable to degraded coolant. Don't rely on symptoms. Once coolant starts turning acidic, the damage is already underway. Flush your cooling system every 5 years or 50,000 miles. Always use the correct type of coolant. Colors and chemistries vary between manufacturers. Proper cooling system care protects one of the most vital systems in your vehicle. Habit number 2. Change the transmission fluid regularly. Transmission problems often show up quietly, then hit hard. Unlike motor oil, transmission fluid isn't changed as frequently, but it should be. Over time, it accumulates debris from internal clutch packs and metal parts, turning into abrasive fluid that acts more like liquid sandpaper than lubricant. For most vehicles, a drain and fill every 60,000 miles or 6 years keeps the fluid clean and the transmission healthy. Hybrids can go to about 90,000 miles. Always avoid flushing an old, unmaintained transmission. You could dislodge buildup that's holding the system together. Instead, do a gentle drain and refill. Universal fluids may save a few dollars, but can ruin your transmission. This small maintenance habit can prevent a $3,000 plus repair and extend the life of your car dramatically. Habit number 1. Keep a detailed maintenance logbook. This one habit separates regular car owners from true vehicle enthusiasts. Keeping a maintenance logbook. Every time you change your oil, rotate your tires, replace filters, or get an alignment, write it down. Include the date, mileage, and details. You'd be amazed how this simple habit helps you spot patterns, diagnose issues early, and avoid being overcharged at repair shops. When it comes time to sell your vehicle, a well-documented history builds instant trust with buyers. It also boosts resale value significantly. If you found these habits helpful and you're serious about keeping your car running well past 300,000 miles, don't stop here. Hit that like button to let us know this video brought you value. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe now so you never miss a tip that could save you thousands in repairs. Every week, we share real-world strategies, expert insights, and maintenance secrets that dealerships and repair shops don't want you to know.